All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start recording. Give me 1 second. All right, just letting everybody know this meeting is being recorded today, and and now we're recording.
Mhm.
All right, it's 5 o'clock. If you wanna go ahead and start. Oh,
Great.
I need to call Mr. Morgenthau too, right? I
Correct.
apologize. Let me give him a call actually, so that way he could be here for the beginning of the meeting. Um, all right. All right, let me try one more number for him because I think last time I had the wrong number. So let me try this other number real quick.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed or the number has been disconnected.
Okay, I guess I had the right number the first time. So he's not answering. I
Okay.
guess we could get started.
All right. So good evening, everyone. My name is Vanessa Valentine, Chair of the Steinmetz Local School Council. I'm calling Steinmetz College Prep November 12th LSC meeting to order. If we could have a roll call.
Mr. Armillo,
Present.
Ms. Valentine,
Present.
Ms. Hernandez,
Present.
Sergeant Davis present, Ms. Aquiles, Ms. Russo,
Present.
Mr. De Assis,
Present.
Ms. Suarez, Ms. Lumpkins, 6 present. We do not have a quorum.
All right. Well, maybe we'll give people some more time. excuse me, to come to the meeting. So, since we're already here, we'll go ahead and I guess I could just go through some of the information that I have for you from LSC Relations and some dates and some other stuff, and then we can reserve any official business for later if we need to. Give me 1 second here. I'm just gonna present some slides.
Mr. Jaramillo, do we give an opportunity for anyone public participation?
Yeah, I guess we could. Matt Sergeant, do you have anybody reached out?
Uh, no, sir. I checked my email prior to logging on. I didn't get an email. But if we want to open it up right now, it's a good time. That's totally up to you, sir.
Yeah, if there's any public participation that's needed at this time. I take that's a no, Master Sergeant.
Nothing in the chat and nothing come to my email.
Okay, great. Mr. Aramillo, if you just allow me to do really quick the chair report, maybe
Oh
really
yeah,
related to what you're gonna do. It gives us just
sure.
items to check out the agenda. So just on my chair report, just wanna talk a little bit about communication I've been having with LSC Relations, Mr. Willie Deoka and Veronica Jackson. There is a lot of questions and concerns that parents and community reps have. So what I want to let everyone know is what they have let me know is that if anyone has these type of questions, to please contact LSC Relations. The one question that was brought up to me by a community member was about curbside voting, and I was able to confirm and verify that curbside voting will take place. They will be posting soon. I'm hoping sooner rather than later a phone number where the parent, community rep, whomever's coming to vote will call, and then the election judges will be providing them a ballot in their vehicle. So Mr. Jaramillo, you probably have a lot more to elaborate on this topic, but I just wanted to address some of those concerns that were brought up to me, and basically let's just continue to promote the importance of election and the fact that there's LSC Relations. I also want to share. I will participate from a meeting that's happening citywide with groups, other groups and other parents in regards to LSC elections. So for the next meeting, I will have further updates of what other people have learned through the process of this election and what we could do moving forward. So thank you, and that concludes my report.
All right. Well, thank you very much. If Master Sergeant, do we want to go to directly into principal's report, or do we have any like LSC committee reports or anything like that? Would you guide us on that?
I just think that since we're in this, we can do the teacher report. I did talk to a couple of teachers. That'll be good. And just an announcement that I told you earlier that we did a recruitment event, which was great. Right at 100 individuals attended it. I would tell you that I love talking to the teachers now because it looks like, and just coming from an Army guy, there's going to be a love fest when we get back into school because we really miss each other. And I think that we understanding that the what we're learning from this remote learning is going to help us actually a little bit more in the classroom. We miss our student voice as well, and we want to say thank you, Mr. Jaramillo, for. We spend a lot of time on the computer, and I was just going to tell you one of the things that they've been saying the most, and it wasn't planned. And we was looking at the date that you gave the PD, and I would tell you, just like I don't know about Miss Russo and the rest of them, I was dreading it, but to get out and do things and come back and have opportunities to communicate those things with our peers and get away from the computer a little bit, just enjoy nature away from the house, it really energized us and gave us a boost, and it was a talk of the town for that day and even today. So we like to say thank you for that opportunity.
You're welcome. And I'll elaborate a little bit about the SEL work that we did with the teachers during my report.
And that's it for me, Ms. Russo.
Okay, and it's funny because I put that in my own notes that I was really grateful for the PD. I took my dog for a long walk and got myself in a good headspace. And then when we came back and we met with our TCTs, it was one of the most productive meetings we had had in a long time. We came back sort of in a kind of state of mind. So very grateful for that time. And I have to say, one of the things that there are a lot of frustrating things to remote learning, but one of the things that has been great has been the sharing of resources. Teachers are working together. They're putting stuff out there like, look what I found. How can you use this? Look what I found. How can you? And so this idea of the pineapple classrooms that we're going to be doing, and these kind of things are really helpful. And so I really value the other members of my department and other departments who are reaching out and working together. And as far as the kids go, they're getting there. Like some of them are finally, they're getting a little less shy. They're getting a little less. So today, for example, we usually have like a little, greeting or, SEL type of thing every morning when we walk in. Today it was art. And I made them draw a cartoon. Like, okay, everybody draw this. This is a mouse hugging a mouse, and it thinks it says mom. And I asked every kid to draw this. We took 3 minutes in class, and they all turned their cameras on and put them up. And it was like, oh my God, they turned on their cameras. It's awesome. And it was, and it felt so good. We screenshot it. It was like, look at all these little mice. We're getting there. We're all learning. We're all learning to be more creative. We're just trying to figure it out. And Google Meets is getting, as we were just talking about, getting better with the new breakouts, with the polls, there's a lot that can be done. And I know how hard Steinmetz teachers are working to get to be there, to be on top of their game, doing the best that we can with our kids. So there's that. Also, the kids, lots of buzz about the election. So it's good to know that our kids are tuned into it. And even those that aren't totally plugged in, it's on their radar and they want to know more, which is good. And so some days you may end up taking part of your lesson and you're working through what is the electoral college. If they don't know or what, it's good to know though that they want to know and that they're invested in what is the future. So that was exciting too. And then just while I have everybody, AD, there's really not much. Winter season at Steinmetz is simply going to consist of bowling for right now. Basketball is by CPS's decision on hold until further notice. We don't know what's going to happen with that, and we don't know what IHSA is going to do. And then now we'll have a spring season and then a summer season. And so things are just shifting, and we'll have to see how it all goes. But we're going forward with bowling. There's a bowling meeting tomorrow night, and I've already got kids contacting me saying, when are we starting? Because they want to be out. They want as much normalcy as possible. And so we did get through fall season successfully with cross country and 16-inch softball. And so I'm looking forward to as many safe sports as we can play the rest of the year. And that's it for me. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Ms. Russo, just a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a great idea for us to reach out to like professional, let's say basketball players, for all those sports that we're not having right now, for us to offer up like a Zoom call or something for those athletes that are maybe bummed out? You know what I mean? Just to keep the momentum about their still next season. You know, I don't know.
Absolutely. No, I think if there's anything that we can do that is Zoom related. So for example, we were told that coaches can be working out with their athletes as long as they're working out with them over Zoom. Like if they're showing them what to do with, here's a good workout to keep you guys doing this. If we had those kind of contacts, I think that would be brilliant. BSN, which is one of the companies we use for athletics, is constantly sending me links for different coaching workshops. And some of them do have, hey, you can meet this professional, or not professional, but usually it's a coach, like college coach, etc. Yeah, if we have a way to reach out, I guarantee there would be quite a few kids that would be excited by that. And I've had a lot of disappointed emails from kids, boys and girls, about basketball season. And I know that this is going into a time when it's going to be cold. They're not going to be playing outside in the parks. They're not going to be able to get out and do as much. They're really going to miss basketball season. And so if you have any connections, or if you have a way that you want me to reach out to somebody, I'd be happy to do it. I do think it would be something great that we could offer our kids.
Awesome. So I don't, but we never,
Yeah, let's keep our ears and our eyes open.
Right, to call United Center, get some guidance, but
Yeah.
I think it's something we should look into. I'll help out with that.
Thanks.
All right. Mr. Jaramillo, I think the next part of the agenda would have been your principal report.
Well, actually, Mr. De Jesus, you have anything?
Oh, sorry, Mr. De Jesus.
That's okay, Ms. Keelis. Don't worry about it. We actually do not have anything, just small. We're working as hard as we can in the building, a few clerks that are in the building, and the people that we have at home making phone calls and all that good stuff. So we're trying to push through. That's pretty much it from our end.
Thank you. Yeah, I could go ahead with the principal's report real quick. But I'll start off with before we get into the communications from LSC Relations. Ms. Russo and Ms. Sargent were talking about the PD that we had on Friday. Friday was a professional development day, principal directed, and we focused the first part of the morning on SEL work and self-care for teachers. And so, Ms. Cotto and Ms. Del Valle had put together a series of different options in which teachers could either pick to do a meditation, yoga. We had talking circles to talk about whatever was on people's minds, some different reflections, some webinars, and part of it was also a nature walk and some other stuff. So everybody participated in something different. Although the conversation, the circles cannot describe what was happening in the circles. I did get feedback from teachers that the circles were very enlightening and they were very powerful. Some people broke down, talking about current events and things going on in
I'm
the
here.
classroom, of course. Oh, how's it going, Mr. Keelis? I believe we have a quorum now, do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7.
We have a quorum, sir.
If we
Okay,
have
so-
anything we need to vote on, remember I still have to leave at 5:30. So do we want to try and get those done? I'm not trying to. I just don't want to lose that quorum before this evening's.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Perfect timing. I just wanted to talk about the PD real quick. So I got a lot of good feedback. As a matter of fact, network chief invited me today to speak to the other schools in the network about what we did and about some of our work around curriculum as well as our SEL work. So I presented this morning on that to the other high schools in our network. But go ahead, Master Sergeant, if you want to go ahead and start the formal meeting, we could go ahead now that we have a quorum, and then I'll just pick up my report later whenever we're ready.
Well, the chair, we're going to do the vote, right, ma'am?
Yeah, so we will go back to the agenda to item number 3, which is the approval of the LSC agenda as presented. So I'm making a motion to approve the LSC agenda as presented.
I second.
Open for discussion. Close for discussion. All in favor?
Mi-
Roll call vote.
Mr. Harmil? Mr. Harmil?
Yes.
Ms. Valentine?
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
Sergeant Davis, yes. Mr. Keelis?
Yes.
Ms. Russo?
Yes.
Mr. DeSuze?
Yes.
7 yes, no nos. Motion passed. 517.
Okay. Great. Now, the next item on the agenda is approval of the previous LSC minutes. Master Sergeant emailed us the copy of those minutes. Hope we had a time to review. So the motion is to approve the previous LSC minutes.
I second.
Open for discussion. Close for discussion. Roll call vote.
Mr. Harmil?
Yes.
Ms. Valentine?
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
Sergeant Davis? Yes. Mr. Keelis?
Yes.
Ms. Russo?
Yes.
And Mr. DeSuze?
Yes.
7 yes, no nos. Motion passed. 5:18 p.m.
All right. So the next item in the agenda was public participation. We had acknowledged this previously as well. Still, at this time, still no public participation, Master Sergeant Davis.
Negative, ma'am.
Okay, so we move to the next item of the agenda, which is the chair report. I had shared that earlier. I think Mr. Jaramillo is going to elaborate a little bit more on the upcoming elections, but we could go now to principal report because we did the other reports as well, correct?
We want to skip to budget. We have a couple of budgets we need to approve, so we can go to the bottom of there. I mean,
Yes.
just motions for
So
budget.
principal's report, he could present those right now as we're going into that. That's all under that principal report.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, on you, Mr. Harmio, and then I'll just write them out when you do it.
Yeah, I already sent everybody the internal accounts, so I just wanted to make a motion to approve the internal accounts, and they were emailed to everyone.
I'll second that.
Okay, open for discussion. Close for discussion, roll call vote,
Mr. Jaramillo,
Yes.
Ms. Valentine,
yes.
Ms. Hernandez,
Yes.
Sean Davis, yes. Mr. Keelis,
Yes.
Ms. Russo,
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus,
Yes.
7 yes, no no's. Motion passed 5:20 p.m.
And then second issue to vote on is the budget transfers as presented for October and for November. Those were emailed as well. October, November, as presented and sent via email.
I'll second that. Open for discussion. Close for discussion. All in favor? Roll call vote.
Mr. Jaramillo,
Yes.
Ms. Valentine,
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez,
Yes.
Sean Davis, yes. Mr. Keelis,
Aye.
Mr. Russo, Ms. Russo, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yes.
Mr. De Jesus,
Yes.
7 yes, no no's. Motion passed 5:21.
All right. Thank you very much. And I guess next I'll just finish with the principal's report. And I already had mentioned the PD from earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present a tab here of my. I'm going to go very quickly through some communications that were shared by CPS, and hopefully you could see the LSC. There's a. Anybody give me a thumbs up or head nod, just or yes? Okay,
Yeah.
great. All right, thank you. So yeah, so these are the LSC updates as presented. These are the numbers for voting, the ballot numbers of positions, which we presented last month, and the candidates. So CPS is mailing out the ballots to staff and to parents. Community members have to come vote in person. The election date will be Thursday, next week, Thursday, the 19th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And this is for the high schools. The elementary schools, I believe their voting is on Wednesday. We will be using door number 6 as we do for every election, the JRTC room. We did have a candidates forum on 10/22. So please make note of that date for your notes if you would like to share that with anyone. We will be posting this information online via Facebook. Master Sergeant confirmed he received his ballot today, so that's good. The system is working, and Ms. Russo as well. Again, we'll be sharing that on Facebook with the times and the doors and the dates and so on and so forth. We did attempt to have an annual principal and then the PAC meeting. Says she has not received her ballot. I know that I apologize to go back, but ballots have been rolling out on a rolling basis. So I've heard some parents have received them. I've heard some staff members have received them. So hopefully within the next few days, if not, maybe you would want to reach out to LSC Relations and ask them what is going on and make sure that they were mailed out appropriately. Okay. So we tried to have our PAC meeting. We did not have a quorum. So in light gray, I have the date and the time of our PAC meeting from last time. As a result, I sent out a survey. I wanted to find out from parents and community members and students. I wanted to find out what would be the best time or preferred times to meet, and preferences as far as what form of media we were going to use. So I'll come back to this here, the date and time. But the proposed next PAC meeting will be Wednesday on 6:30, and the PAC meeting will be from. We chose and if we were going to do Wednesday next week, we have LSC elections going on at the grammar school, so parents would be tied up. The following week is Thanksgiving week, so again, people would be tied up. So that would push us to first week of December. I apologize. So let me go to the next slide. So we only had 68 responses to the survey. I put it on Facebook, Twitter. I sent it out via email. We tried every way to put the survey out there. We only had 68 responses, mostly parents, a few community members, and a few students. 57% of respondents prefer Wednesday meetings, 41.2% prefer evening. These are the majorities. 66% prefer English, 66.2% Zoom. They prefer Zoom, but we don't have Zoom. 86.8%, or what I meant was Zoom or online. Type of Google Meet type of meetings. 86.8% prefer email notifications, and 58.8% have joined a school-related online meeting this year. So that's I really appreciated that those data points to get a better idea of what our parents and community prefer, because one of the theories is maybe we need to do Sunday at 10 a.m. meeting, or a Saturday meeting, or whatever it is that the parents and community want, and that's what we would try to reach out to them during that time to make things more convenient, because I know everybody has different work schedules and different challenges going on, so we wanted to be responsive to their needs. So it seems like Wednesday between 5 and 8 online, and they prefer email notifications. So we're going to continue doing our notifications, and we scheduled the meeting. That's why we picked December 2nd. Let me go to the next slide. Some school grant for 162 art kits from DonorsChoose.org for her art classes. And we've already been able to get those materials in and distribute to the students. Ms. Cross won a $3,000 grant for the Japanese language program. And I was able to earn a $10,000 grant for our GEMS program and our mentorship program. In addition to, I was sponsored to take a Harvard leadership class, which I shared with the council. So in addition to all of that, we were able to gain another $10,000 grant for basically COVID related funds to help change our learning or implement however we see fit to basically improve students' learning, either online or the experience that they're having. So what we did is, remember the last council meeting we had talked about using funding to go ahead and try to buy some art supplies and different things. And so we were able to apply for that through the fund, and purchasing all the art materials to make it. It was approved for STEAM. And for this project, in which also we're going to create some small project kits to send home with students. And we're going to try to get them out there. It's going to be a little challenging, but we're going to do everything we can to try to get those hands-on experiences with kids around STEAM, and hopefully do some activities so that they have some supplies that they can work with besides just constantly being on the computer. We have a lot of different students who have different learning styles, and just being behind a screen constantly, the preferred or best way for them to engage with us. So by having them being able to do things hands-on, it's going to help liven up and really make the thing and more relatable to students who are not engaging well with the computer screen. Let me go to the next one. At the end of September, we were able to partner with the Hispanic Star Project, Procter and Gamble, and we were able to partner up to and Alderman Gilbert Villegas' office to distribute 3,000 bags of essentials. Basically, essentials being soaps, shampoos, paper towel, cleaning products, different things to the community. And I am proud to say that all 3,000 bags were picked up within a few hours. We basically did like a drive-through pickup, and the need in the community is strong, and individuals were very patient and organized, and this organization Hispanic Star did a very good job of helping to distribute the materials, and we were really happy and satisfied that we were able to distribute all those items in one day. A few counseling questions. Okay, I have a few things coming in the chat. I'm sorry.
When you set up the appointment for me, did you give him your email or mine?
I gave him yours. You got the email confirmation, right?
I'm gonna mute Cassandra because we can hear you. I don't know if you knew that you were on mute or not, so I just muted you. All right. So we tried to call him earlier and he didn't answer. I'll go ahead and try calling him one more time. Give me 1 second.
Jaime.
Yes.
The phone number on Matthew, you have to call the
279.
The place, and his room number is 328.
All right. All I have is a direct phone number that I have from last time.
Yeah, it has to be the number of the Harmony place.
Okay, I don't have that number. Would you be able to message that to me, or
Yeah, let me see if I could give it to you.
Could we also be respectful that we have the principal report being done? And then we could try to contact him. We try to contact him earlier during the meeting as well.
if we can
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
get that phone number. So
Just in case you need a vote.
all right, should I continue or?
Yeah, please continue.
All right, so coming, we did hold some FAFSA parent nights, and we had some outreach to not only freshmen students, but we've also held a 7th and 8th grade town hall, I guess a virtual school tour orientation, and Master Sergeant also participated in that, and the counselors have visited all the classrooms virtually to meet all of our students regarding their college goals and filling out paperwork. But we did, as I was saying, we did have a senior parent meeting. We had a freshman parent meeting. We also had a sophomore and junior town halls. So it's been a very busy month and a half. And in addition to that, we had our first virtual tour, as I mentioned, on 10, and we have another one on 12/3. So it is being advertised on the school site. Here's the advertisement. As soon as you log onto the school's website, you will see the advertisement pop up. And we hope to see, if you know any 7th or 8th graders who are interested in learning more about Steinmetz, please send them our way to the website, and they can join in with us on the virtual open house. School updates, as far as community schools grant is concerned, we have started already the bilingual tutoring program. It's actually surpassed the expected demand. We've had to open up more. We had to get more individuals helping with that in order to open up more sections so that bilingual students can get the support that they're requesting. We are still working to get background checks and everything on the tutoring for English tutoring. Oh, excuse me 1 second. I have to accept somebody here to the meeting. We have another visitor, Ms. Lourdes Sanchez. Welcome. Okay.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. PCC support groups, which will be starting up soon. Snow City will host a art guidance program. We have the gaming club that is getting on its way to photography, and all these things have been advertised to the students. And we have a series of one-time workshops that we're planning to go ahead and start, such as calligraphy, origami, 3D printing, and some other things. The parent programs, of course, we have the ESL and the tutoring. We've been talking about Chicago Connects. Some of the parent mentors, used to be parent mentors, are now working with Northwest on the Chicago Connects in trying to connect with some of our community members as well as some of our parents regarding connecting to the internet, resources, community resources, and trying to basically make those connections as far as what support parents need. As you probably already heard earlier today, the Belmont Cragen neighborhood is one of the neighborhoods, the hot spots in the city that has the highest rate of confirmed cases. And right now, I think the last report, it was around 22%. So there's a lot of need in the community, and there's a lot of testing that's going on. We have Metropolitan Health Services is going to be doing some testing. I know Prieto still has some testing going on, as well as I believe there's a PCC, the Fullerton location, I believe, is also doing some testing, limited testing. So, that Chicago Connects program is really important to try to keep checking in with community members and parents and making sure that they have the access that they need as we go forward. There's other offerings as in the past, partnership with Wright College and GED and so on and so forth, and that will be continuing. Excuse me. Another update, the banners that we discussed last time have been installed. So if you've been driving around the community, you probably have seen them. Here's just some pictures that I wanted to share with you, highlighting our STEAM logo and our school logo, and our mascot. We were able to get the website company to come out and take some new shots of our school and do some drone footage and different things. So I will just take a quick second here to show that footage. Give me 1 second. And it's pretty exciting. It's a unique view that otherwise, you wouldn't see. Give me 1 second here. All right, I'm going to share with you, not online because my computer's slowing down, but I have a screenshot, a video here that's from my, that's on my computer. So hopefully you can see this. I'll go ahead and start the drone video for you. And so this particular drone video doesn't have music associated with it yet. This is the company basically did some different aerial views of the school and of the field, in addition to going into some of the classrooms and the auditorium and some of our labs, and taking some shots where they're rotating around the room to show our facilities. And they have got they've gone ahead and created in the background when you first visit the school site. So we're pretty excited about having this new footage that we can use. It's pretty impressive, and I just wanted to share with you so you can see as it was before leaves started falling. So you can see how we've upgraded the website. Excuse me. Just a few more seconds and then I'll go ahead and stop the video. So there you go. I just wanted to share that with you. And I believe that's all I have for today regarding the principal's report. Yeah, that's it. I don't know, any council members have any questions about anything or? All right, well, that concludes the.
I would just like to say, Mr. Harmon, I know you're keeping the school safe. I have a friend of mine that the school is just, confessed with, people not doing what they're supposed to do with the virus. And I think that even though Belmont Cragen has a high rate, our school and the staff and everything is doing a really good job to making sure that the facilities that house our students is safe, and that's a place they can go when all this stuff, goes away.
Yeah, I will mention, thank you for bringing that up. We do have all the signage up, stickers on the floor. We do have hand sanitizing machines at every entrance and some multiple ones at entrances, in common areas, bathrooms, on every floor. In addition to that, we do have the sprayer for areas that needs sanitizing spray down if there's a situation that occurs. In addition to some of our custodians getting fitted for respirators to be machines and so on and so forth. So in addition to that, CPS had sent us 3,500 masks, cloth masks for our students. In addition to that, I believe it's 25 boxes of disposable masks, of 50 masks in each box, in addition to the cleaning wipes, spray bottles, and again, the signage that we have all over the building. So we're taking every step possible to try to maintain a safe environment so when we do return. In addition to that, there was an air quality analysis that was done by CPS, by an independent contractor. Those reports are available online. And it's my understanding that CPS is going to provide some air filtration in certain rooms at different schools across the city that need them. Right now, there was an announcement earlier today regarding COVID and asking people to stay home and work from home next 30 days. As of this moment, I mean, maybe right now an email it could be there, but as of this moment, I'm not aware of any guidance at this particular time as far as if CPS is going to change any of the requirements or the structures going forward. But I'm sure we should hear something probably by tomorrow in order to prepare for Monday, or if at least clarification as to what we're going to do going forward. But as of right now, we have not heard anything since the press conference that the mayor had earlier today. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jaramillo, for your report. Anyone has any other questions, comments? All right, so we are going to any new business, Mr. Jaramillo, that you want to discuss. We went over the voting for the budget transfer and the approval internal account. So is there anything else?
I have a question. Mr. Jaramillo, due to that announcement of the 30 days, does that mean that the council election, it's going to be postponed, or what's happening with that?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. We have not heard anything as of this moment. So as soon as we find out anything, we will post on the school website and we will share various social media outlets. And I'm sure we will hear something from CPS as well. But as of right now, everything is still a go. We haven't heard otherwise. So we're continuing to plan as if everything is still happening as scheduled.
We also talked a little bit about this in the beginning of this meeting, that if there's any questions such as this one that's really important, we should call LSC Relations and address those questions to them directly and see how they're able to guide us. But we continue to make sure that whatever is we do moving forward, it is aligned with whatever's happening in the state and the city, and that people are being safe for sure in our end. So any closing business, anybody else needs anything to be added as we're moving to the closing of the meeting? Any final comments?
Just one quick question, if I may. Just for the mail-in ballots, when parents go to return them, are they to be returned through the main entrance of Steinmetz, or where should parents go? I think Mr. Jaramillo froze.
No. Am I frozen still? Can you hear me?
You're good now. You were.
Okay. So as far as I know, I could get clarification. They do have a self-addressed stamped envelope, so you could go ahead and send them via the mail. So that's as far as I know regarding the mail-in ballots.
But if you can still drop them off at the school, correct?
I have to look at what communications have come out. If you, I'm sorry.
So Cassandra, it has to be postmarked if they're mailing it in, postmarked by November 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they could drop it off or bring it the same day of election.
Well, that's what I'm asking, if they could drop it off before, because I know at other schools we're able to drop them off, and I wanted to know if it was to the main entrance or if it was the side doors. And my second part to the question was, once those ballots start coming in, how is that process going? If they're going to be in a lockbox or to the day of the election, or what's the procedure, the internal procedure?
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate your questions. Angel Gonzalez is the point person for the election. So if you want, go ahead and I will get information from him and send out like, but I don't have the exact answers in front of me right now, so I can look it up and get back to you. But I do know that ballots were sent out and from CPS, not from us directly, but from the central office. And they were they did include a self-addressed stamped envelope. My understanding, and I may be incorrect, but my understanding was that the envelopes could be dropped off the day of the election, or if people wanted to come in person to vote. But again, I don't want to give you the wrong information. I'd rather not give you information than give you the wrong information. So if you give me an opportunity to look it up, I can get back to you and we can send that information via email to all the parents. But right now I don't have that answer for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and to add to her question, and I know they're talking about dropping off lockbox. In previous thing, they had an external person come in and count them and all those things. And that's probably got to be checked too, because that's one of the things they talked about in our last meeting. Who counts them as well, an external person from outside the school or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we should definitely reach out to someone from LSC Relations and maybe CC everyone in the council so that question could be clarified. I'll be honest, with the conversations I've had with LSC Relations, I think things come up every day, so things are changing. So we need to really make sure that we are staying in tune into those newsletters they are putting out, because I think things are changing drastically every day when it comes down to this election. So I would also draft up an email, Cassandra, great question, to get those clarification for all of us. Ms. Sanchez, you had a comment?
No, solamente que Cassandra me ganó porque yo también estaba pensando, porque yo ya recibí mi balota. So, eso es lo que iba a preguntar, si pues ya no la quiero tener aquí en la casa, o si era fácil ir a dejarla a la escuela. Esa iba a ser mi pregunta también, que yo ya la recibí, entonces si la podía ir a dejar ya a la escuela. Era lo mismo.
So, el proceso que tiene CPS actualmente, básicamente lo que dice es completa la baleta y mándala por correo.
Ya.
No creo que han sido muy claros con ninguno de nosotros en cómo se va a hacer para dejarla ahí durante la semana. Para ser honesta, con todo lo que está pasando con COVID, es mejor que la mande por correo para que usted no se exponga o exponga. Es que estamos en un tiempo tan difícil, pero
Ya.
es bueno mandar un email que nos den en blanco y negro la clarificación.
Exacto, exacto.
So Ms. Sanchez just had the same question as Cassandra did. Basically, she got her ballot. She wants to know what to do with it. So I told her that what's been very clear to all of us is that the ballot has been indicated to be mailed back. Because of COVID and everything else, right, we should get clarification from CPS. We don't want our families to be exposed or be having to go out. They don't need it. So let's draft an email and just get clarification for our parents.
Thank you.
And I will say that communication has been changing daily, so it's pretty fluid. And so I believe it was either before Angel Gonzalez had another update meeting with the coordinators across the city. So right now, so we'll try to get that information to you and communicate it.
Thank you. Anything else? Anyone else? So I just want to take this time right now really quick it is our November meeting. It is the Thanksgiving month. And I think we should always be thankful every month, especially with everything that has gone and happened through 2020, right? A year that has made us more resilient. We have seen so much. So on behalf of myself, my family, I want to thank every council member for all the sacrifices you have made throughout these years, for the sacrifices we have made this year in this new Zoom world, which I hate it. I want to be back in person, but we got to do what we got to do. But I just really want to say thank you, especially in this time of being Thanksgiving. We just have to continue to be resilient, continue to work for our students and our community. So thank you again on behalf of myself and my family.
Well, thank you, Ms. Valentin. I appreciate it. Just, on behalf of Steinmetz and the community, we're also grateful for partnership with all the individuals who choose to join, our meetings and choose to help out and reach out. And there's a lot of people that are helping behind the scenes who may not be able to make meetings or different things, but right now, especially, we have so much support, and I'm grateful for the outpouring of people just trying to help us to make sure that they're taken care of and that our teachers are in a good space mentally and sometimes even spiritually. So we're grateful for all of our community partners and trying to basically keep our community safe, trying forward. So I'm grateful. Thank you.
Sorry. See, I don't like Zoom. I always forget to mute. So if there's no further questions or concerns, Ms. Sánchez, en español, básicamente estamos dando gracias. Es un mes de acción de gracia y un tiempo de no debe ser nada más este tiempo para expresar la gratitud, pero creo que es muy importante dar las gracias a todos los miembros del concilio que diariamente están poniendo esfuerzo, a todos los que diariamente están con nosotros. Son nada más de parte de mi familia y de mí personalmente les quiero dar las gracias en este tiempo.
Claro que sí, igual mis mismos deseos para todos ustedes.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Okay, so I make a motion to adjourn Steinmetz November meeting.
I second.
Open for discussion. Close for discussion. Roll call vote.
Mr. Jaramillo, Ms. Valentin, Ms. Hernandez,
Yes.
Juan Davis, yes. Mr. King,
Aye.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
6 yes, no no's. Motion did not pass. It's 5:54, but I know what you're going to say. You're going to leave anyway.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Love you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.